Part 2. Yes, part 2. 2 of facts in India. So if you didn't watch the previous video, just go watch the other one. It's not a thing, but it's the second, so you should watch the first, right? I'm doing this to know more about India. I went there 2 years ago, and I hope I can understand better you and all the culture. So let's continue. React 1, 2, 3, go.
15 things you didn't know about India.
15.
Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers, and welcome back to another fascinating video. Today we're looking at incredible facts you didn't know about the 7th largest country in the world, India. With a population of 1 billion people, India is one of the most influential and powerful countries in the world. Its cultural history is particularly complex and detailed, spanning 4,500 years of predominantly Hindu philosophy and theology. Thousands of years later, modern India is profoundly different, with its own colossal film industry, a diverse population, and an astonishingly big workforce. Because alux.com is dedicated to becoming the world's best resource on the most interesting countries, and we couldn't wait to bring you 15 things you didn't know about India.
Let's go.
Number 1. Bollywood's highest-grossing film made 27 times more than Hollywood's highest-grossing film. For every 600 films Hollywood produces, Bollywood will make 1,000. They're the most profitable films, too, when you compare the numbers. Hollywood's highest-grossing film was 2009's Avatar, which made $2.8 billion. In stark contrast, the Bollywood film 3 Idiots brought in $76.81 billion. Now that's a profit.
What?
Number 2.
Give me some money.
Shampoo was invented in the 16th century, India. Derived from the Sanskrit champu, which means massage, the concept of shampooing was invented in India in the 16th century. Herbs and natural ingredients were used then, rather than today's combination of modern. In particular, gooseberry, sapindus, and fruit pulp. When colonial visitors came to India, they brought the practice of shampooing and hair washing back with them to Europe.
Good job.
Number 3. Diamonds were first mined in India, and it was the world's greatest producer. India was the most productive diamond mining country in the world until diamonds were found in Brazil in the 18th century. There are now 3 active diamond mines in India. Kohinoor diamond was found in the 13th century. The 793-carat stone went from person to person and was eventually acquired by Queen Victoria during the British Raj in India. Number 4. Elephants in Kerala can treat themselves to a spa day. Unathorkata Elephant Yard Rejuvenation Center provides elephants with baths, massages, and soothing pamper sessions. The spa caters to 50 and is a way of giving back to the sacred animal. Elephants play an important role in Kerala's temple processions and are a significant feature of the region, so they deserve a massage every now and then.
Nice.
Number 5. The largest religious gathering in India can be seen from
space. The other
space.
video said that.
Kumbh Mela is a Hindu pilgrimage which takes people
crazy.
to the banks of the Ganges every 12 years.
From the space?
The major event involves ritualistic bathing, devotional singing, and feeding the poor. The attendance figures had to be capped at 75 million, making it the largest pilgrimage on Earth. Number 6. Ancient Indian civilization is the oldest in the world. We often look to ancient Greece and ancient Egypt, but Indian civilization dates back to 2400 BC, when it was split into 16 monarchies known as the Mahajanapadas. There are even authenticated human remains that to 30,000 years in South Asia. The oldest Hindu texts were written between 2000 and 500 BC, as well as the first texts on science, medicine, and astronomy. We actually owe the number 0 to Indian mathematics, who created the concept.
I didn't know.
Number 7. India is home to every major world religion and doesn't have a national language. Hinduism, Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, and Sikhism all have Indian society, with the most dominant being Hinduism and Islam, covering 80% and 14% of the population, respectively. Judaism has existed in India for the last 2,215 years, and some of these smaller religions also featured, including Jain, Zoroastrian, and Baha'i. India also doesn't have a single national language because 1,652 dialects are spoken across the different regions.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I told you.
Number
in
8.
Previous
A
video.
polling station is set up for just one voter in Gir Forest at every election. Every election, Marant Barandas Dashandas gets his local polling station entirely to himself because he's the only resident of Gir Forest. He's been voting in Indian elections since 2004 and never misses one now that he has his own personal polling station. Mahant is the caretaker for the one temple in the forest in Gujarat, a home he shares with the rare Asiatic lion. Number 9. The Indian government has used scaffolding to hide the Taj Mahal when airstrikes are predicted. During the Second World War and the Indian-Pakistan Wars, scaffolding was put up around the distinctive domes of the Taj Mahal to make it less obvious from above. They feared strikes by the Japanese Air Force during World War II, so hid their most famous landmark. More recent threats to the Taj Mahal include the rising levels of the Yamuna River, which has there have been predictions that the tombs could collapse at any time.
Oh no.
Check out our video 15 most expensive man-made attractions in the world to find
Taj
out what
Mahal.
ranks along the stunning Taj Mahal.
No words.
Number 10. Indians invented navigation, yoga, the world's cheapest car, and thorium-based nuclear power. Indian society can take credit for some of the most important inventions in the world. They were the first to create the concept of navigation over 6,000 years ago, using rivers and seas. Yoga was created 5,000 years ago and has roots in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. The world's cheapest car, the Tata Nano, which costs around 100,000 rupees, the equivalent of $1,400, and India is the home of the first next-generation thorium reactor. The country is aiming to produce 30% of its electrical power with thorium by 2050.
That's amazing.
Number 11. You can stay at the former Indian royal residence for $88,000 a night. If you want to stay at the lap of luxury, forget Paris and forget Dubai. India is the home of the most stunning palaces in the world. Once the home of the Maharajas, there are opulent palaces throughout the country, with some dating back hundreds of years. The Kumarakam Lake Resort hosted Prince Charles's 65th birthday, and the 450-year-old Samod Palace in Jaipur
beautiful.
has hosted all over the world.
I don't have money.
Number
to
12.
visit.
King Jai Singh of Alwar snubbed Rolls-Royce in the best possible way. India has a long and colorful history of quirky monarchies and extravagant kings and queens. The King of
Taj Mahal.
Alwar in northeast India was insulted by a Rolls-Royce salesman when he visited a showroom in London. A very proud man, he ordered a whole fleet of Rolls-Royce cars and gave them to the city's waste department so they could use them rubbish throughout the city. Number 13. 1 million Indians are millionaires.
What?
India has one of the most dramatic wealth gaps in the world, with 35% of the country living below the poverty line. Those who live way above it live a very different kind of life. The richest Indian in the world is Mukesh Ambani, who has a net worth of $53 billion. The 59-year-old made his money in the oil and gas industry, and his billion-dollar home made headlines because he chose to build a 27-story skyscraper instead of a sprawling mansion.
Why? My God.
Number 14. The first account of plastic surgery was found in an ancient Sanskrit text. One of the first medical texts was the Sushruta Samhita, which can be dated back to the 6th century CE. It's one of the very first examples of a medical text and discusses surgery, incisions, skin grafts, and nose reconstruction. His first nose job wouldn't be performed until 1814, a worrying 80 years before the Sushruta Samhita would be translated. Number 15. One of India's most extravagant weddings caused controversy because it was too extravagant. Lasting 5 days and costing $74 million, the wedding of the daughter of a prominent businessman made headlines in 2016 for all the wrong reasons. The $2.5 million Bollywood royalty in attendance, and gold Bangalore Palace setting was denounced as an obscene display of wealth. Millions of Indians live in poverty, so the wedding was criticized for being in poor taste.
They could donate some of the money, right? That's true.
There are many stereotypical
You can
images
have
of India,
extravagant
but
and
there's so
donation.
much more to this incredible country than many of us know. The center of many industries and the world's biggest democracy, India has influenced art, literature, science, and medicine potentially more than any other nation. If you could take a trip to this beautiful, fascinating country, where would you find yourself? In a gorgeous Maharaja's palace, surrounded by palm trees and rural countryside, or a modern apartment in the thick of busy Mumbai?
The extravagant place, of course. It's like 88,000, right? If I could, right?
Oh, you're
Oh
still
my
here?
God.
Here's another
Yes,
bizarre
I'm
and
still here.
incredible fact about India. About 40% of the Indian population is vegetarian, making it the largest veggie population in the world. Many
Good.
choose to not eat meat for spiritual and religious reasons, with beef and pork products often ruled out of. Vegetarianism is so influential that KFC, McDonald's, and Pizza Hut had to introduce vegetarian menus for their Indian franchises to cater to the population. The country with the fewest vegetarians is Portugal, where just 1.8% of the population have cut meat from their diet. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Okay, so like some of the facts were in the previous video, but that's true. Like vegetarianism in India, it's amazing. Here in Brazil, we eat a lot of meat. Like I used to eat a lot of meat. Like it's just a meal if you have a meat on the plate, and that's not true. So when I went to India, I didn't eat meat actually, and I love the food. I eat a lot. Like what was the name? Sabzi, not paneer, roti. Oh my god, how I missed roti and the yellow water that you put rice. I don't remember, but like your food is pretty amazing. I hope that the world get veg as well. What more? I think that's it. That's it, right? Let me see if I have some. Right, the KFC. Like we also have KFC here in Brazil, but like I used to eat once in 3 months, something like this, one per month, I don't remember. KFC, that it's chicken. And I can say to you that like KFC in India is the best one because of the spices surround the chicken. Because here we have KFC, it's good, but these spices that was quite hot but not that much was amazing. So I really miss KFC. And Domino's, oh my god, I ate thousands and thousands of pizzas of Domino's. The corn, oh my god, the corn one, I really miss the corn, the pizza corn of Domino's. Like Domino's here is also not the same thing. Like they should get the recipes of India and spread to an entire world. Like KFC and Domino's, please learn to India how to make it. So thank you very much for staying with me. Like this video, comment below what you want me to react next, share with your friends, please. Shukriya. Follow me on my Instagram, and I hope that you like it. Namaste. Namaskar.